Have you ever wondered why some of football's greatest moments are built on lies? Football wasn't supposed to be this way. It wasn't meant to be a battlefield where players hid razor blades in their boots. It wasn't designed to be a stage where goalkeepers cut themselves with hidden blades. It wasn't created to be a theater of deception and lies. No, football was supposed to be pure, beautiful, honest. But for over a century, shadows have danced alongside the light. Today, I'm going to reveal the most shocking cheating scandals in football history. Stories so outrageous, they changed the rules of the game forever. From teams literally digging holes in pitches to modern-day laser attacks, these aren't just stories of cheating, they're the dark secrets that shaped football as we know it. I've spent months researching these incidents, diving deep into historical records, and uncovered footage that most people have never seen. We'll cover the first ever match-fixing scandal that created lifetime bans, the goalkeeper who cut himself with a razor blade to fool an entire nation, and the modern technology being used to blind penalty takers. But first, let me show you how it all began. What if I told you that football's first major scandal involved 7 players betting against their own team? Manchester United weren't supposed to survive. They were drowning, sinking toward relegation, facing the unthinkable drop from England's top flight. When they met Liverpool, something felt wrong. The referee watched in confusion as Liverpool players missed penalties on purpose. He saw teammates argue when others tried to score. He witnessed a performance so lifeless it couldn't be real. It wasn't. 7 players had made a pact, 7 souls had been bought, 7 men had bet against the very spirit of the game. 2-0 to Manchester United, relegation avoided. But the truth surfaced, 7 lifetime bans, 7 careers destroyed. This was the moment corruption was born in football, and set the template for every scandal that followed. But that's nothing compared to what happened when a goalkeeper literally bled for his country's World Cup dreams. Roberto Rojas stood between Chile and the World Cup. 141,000 spectators filled the stadium. Brazil led 1-0. Chile's dreams were dying. Then a flare flew from the stands. It landed near Rojas. Close, but not close enough. What happened next shocked the football world. Rojas fell to the ground, blood poured from his head. Chile claimed Brazilian fans had attacked their goalkeeper. Proven Brazil would be disqualified. Chile would go to the World Cup. But cameras don't lie. The flare had landed meters away. It couldn't have touched him. The blood was real, but the wound was self-inflicted. Rojas had hidden a razor blade in his gloves. In desperation, he had cut himself. When the truth emerged, Chile disqualified from the World Cup. Rojas banned for life. This incident was so extreme that FIFA implemented new medical protocols that are still used today. Speaking of extreme measures, imagine being so desperate to win that you literally tried to break your opponent's legs before the match even started. Chacarita weren't just losing, they were watching their dreams slip away. The Argentine championship was within reach, and their rivals stood in the way. So Chacarita made a choice that sounds like something from a movie. Under cover of darkness, they crept onto the pitch. With shovels and picks, they began to dig, hole after hole, trap after trap. They weren't just trying to win a match, they were trying to break legs, to end careers, to turn football into a war zone. But the beautiful game has its own sense of justice. Their opponents saw the traps and danced around them, every hole avoided, every scheme exposed. Chacarita lost the match, they lost the championship, and they lost their dignity. This bizarre incident led to the first regulations about pitch inspections before matches. But if you think digging holes was creative, wait wait until you hear about the player who turned his boots into weapons. Carlos Bilardo didn't just want to win, he needed to win at any cost. In his boots he hid needles, sharp, deadly, ready to pierce flesh. During matches he would strike. A subtle prick here, a hidden wound there. As a manager, he taught players to rub deep heat into opponents' eyes. He allegedly offered poisoned water to Brazil's squad. And somehow, impossibly, it worked. Argentina lifted the World Cup. Bilardo's name was etched into history. His methods were so effective that they inspired a generation of win at all costs mentality that still influences football today. Now here's where things get really crazy. An entire league was rigged from top to bottom. Italian football wasn't just corrupt, it was rotten to its core. Juventus, AC Milan, Fiorentina, Lazio. Phone calls in the shadows, referees chosen like chess pieces, matches decided before they began. When the truth emerged, the earthquake was devastating. Juventus, stripped of titles, relegated to Serie B. Milan, points deducted, reputation destroyed. Stars like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Patrick Vieira, and Fabio Cannavaro all fled. The old lady of Turin fell from her throne. The empire crumbled. This scandal was so massive it changed how referees are assigned across all of European football. But sometimes cheating becomes legendary, like when one player's handball broke an entire continent's heart. Luis Suarez became the devil in Ghana, everything on the line. The ball flew toward Uruguay's goal, certain goal, hatred. But Ghana missed, Uruguay survived. And now we reach the modern era, where technology has created new ways to cheat that would have been impossible. World Cup beckoned. He always scored penalties, always delivered, always found a way. But Senegal's fans had other plans. Laser pointers, blinding light. Salah's vision blurred, his concentration shattered, his penalty missed. Mané scored for Senegal, without interference, without cheating, without shame. Egypt went home, Senegal celebrated, the beautiful game wept. This incident led to new security protocols at stadiums worldwide and sparked discussions about fan behavior in the digital age. So there you have it. From razor blades hidden in gloves to laser pointers in the stands, football's history is filled with moments that tested the very soul of the beautiful game. These are the rules. Each controversy made the game stronger. Each shadow made the light shine brighter. Corruption can destroy football clubs. There's one man who has mastered the art of bringing dead giants back to life. Joan Laporta didn't just save Barcelona once, he's done it twice, turning bankruptcy into brilliance and despair into dynasty. Click this video to discover the Resurrection Master, Joan Laporta's blueprint for immortality, because sometimes the greatest victory isn't avoiding death, it's conquering it completely.